What is going on, Lunatic Fringe? I get asked all the time, what is it going to take to get Luna Classic to $1? And I'm going to give you the numbers today. I'm going to show you by comparison exactly what it would take, because I think sometimes people don't have a clear understanding of the requirement to make something like that happen. So let's break that down and let's see where we are. And then I'm going to give you an idea of, in the event something incredible were to happen, this is the market cap that we would need to shoot for in order to get my earlier predictions. So make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Let's get after it. All right, guys, so I think this is the simplest way to explain it. At the current Bitcoin market cap, which is $1.8 trillion. If Terra Luna Classic were at that same market cap, that would be a 3,000x, but it would be 32 cents. There is no path to $1 with the current amount of supply. Now, when we look at the supply, we're talking about a circulating supply of 5.5 trillion tokens. Now, in the event that we were to cut that in half, if you will, then that would double this amount here, meaning that we're talking about 64 to 65 cents. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, I'll take that. We would all take that. But the point that I'm trying to make here is it's going to take the number one reason that Terra Luna Classic could make it back to $1 is going to be based on burn. It's going to be based on removing circulating supply out of the equation, reducing total supply to ensure that sort of price action. And that's going to take a lot, since if we just consider, and we'll go look at it in just a few minutes, but on Lunc Dash, I believe that over 2 trillion right now is currently being held by Binance alone. So this is significant. Now, what if you got to a more reasonable market cap? Now, in the bull market, a lot of things can happen, but if we were to get to the market cap currently of XRP, we will not quite have, but gotten very, very close to fulfilling my earlier prediction, which was 2.7 cents. So that's the type of market cap right now with no burns. If we were to, just as an example here, to reduce the supply by 50%, using the same mechanism. And that is to say, don't just burn half the supply, but remove that half from circulation and burn it off of the chain. If we were able to do that, then the market cap would either be cut in half or the current price would double. So there is a path a lot clearer to get to this realm right now than I think what even I would give credit for. I don't see how we pull up a 206x in the current climate and current ecosystem. And look, what I've told you guys before has always been the case. I think it is my opinion, and I'm certainly convinced, that America and the world loves a comeback story. So if we can provide a compelling comeback story, then people will get behind it and people will get excited about it. But what are the prospects? What is it that we can do? How do we onboard and build in this chain? Not just build, but really press that build button and then pump on the gas and make it just absolutely soar. And that's a little more complicated. So, and by the way, I don't have the answer. If I had the answer, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. I'd be working on it right now. But there's a path forward for a lot of gains for Terra Luna Classic. So $1 just seems like too far away. First of all, 10 cents also seems pretty far away, but of course much more attainable by that metric. And look, 2.5 cents still looks like it's in the realm of possibility. So let's not discount where we are. There is a path forward for a lot to happen, especially if we get a repeg, especially if we get a little bit of life going, especially if we get something done fairly quickly. Now, I don't know that we will. A repeg is going to take a while. So it is possible that we get that secondary end of year run up And look, I think ultimately we're going to have a nice market cap. We're going to have a nice big recovery. Again, it just, it would require in the neighborhood of 10,000x to get there. And I just don't see right now where that path forward is to get to $1. We have to find a way to burn significant portions of the supply using the community and not just removing it from circulation, because that's not going to fix anything. That's just going to make the people at the top poorer, and that'll never happen. So that's where we are. That's what it looks like. So let's break down some of this other stuff that's going on in these ecosystems. Primarily among them, Selenium pre-sale is now on. Go to Selenium.finance. Links right up here. Pre-sale is 26 days, 13 hours going. So if you are interested, go to this website, visit pre-sale. Here's the white paper. Here's all the documents that you need to figure out what's going on with it. I believe I showed you guys this. I did test it. So if you guys are interested, we'll certainly be talking about it, I think, a little bit more going forward. Here is the reasons for existing: global accessibility, incentive for participation, complete decentralization, security and transparency. Selenium protocol is an innovative decentral platform designed to provide global access to synthetic assets. Through selenized assets, users can replicate the price of any real-world asset, such as stocks, commodities, and indices, without needing to directly own the underlying security. Selenium opens up new opportunities for investment and trading for anyone, anywhere, eliminating geographical and regulatory barriers. This has big implications, so that's why I think that Selenium would be pretty important. So there you have it. So check it out for yourself, decide, and become a member of the pre-sale. Remember, these things do tend to take off. Remember, just a couple days ago, my meme coin wallet absolutely exploded. By the way, not just meme coins, but anything built on the Solana, on the Lunc ecosystem is in there. So it's on you, boo-boo. Make sure you do the right thing. Anyway, next up, Terra Luna Classic on Binance Square, analyzing the impact of burn, staking, and market sentiment. So, by the way, the reason that I want to propel this up and say, what could propel Lunc's recovery? Number one, accelerated burn tokens. I just wanted to reinforce that that's the thing. That's the primary thing right now that we're looking at, a way to accelerate the token. Then increase the adoption of the ecosystem, which that's exactly what we're talking about. And then third, the crypto market rebound. Now, we're going to get this part right here, whether we do part 1 and 2 at all. So the implication here that I'm making is we're going to get this one for sure, this one for maybe, and I don't know about this one yet. So that's why these burns, to me anyway, are incredibly important, because we're at the on-ramp right now of bringing in a lot of people, but we don't have the groundwork laid for the burns and things like that I think would have driven a lot of people into, you know what, let me get a bag of this and see what happens. So might have added a lot of new holders if we had something related to burns that was actually in that implementation phase, not just the discussion phase like Ceramics plan or any other plans that are out there. So let's see what happens. Nothing new on Commonwealth, just more discussion from the Classic Chaos podcast. I'm not really agreeing with much of what they've said so far. Again, not that I disagree fundamentally that burns are not a great process, but when you compare the situation with Terra Luna Classic to the general burn function and mechanism of most cryptos, and you do your analysis in a bear market to try to regard that and make it consequently seem the same as if you were in a bull market, it's just nonsense. And I appreciate the fact that they did it, but I don't understand what are you looking to accomplish there, other than, look, if you're trying to get eyes on you just to pay attention, fine. Yeah, like we all do that, but there's no value in my opinion. I should say that, in my opinion, there's no value in and not dumping on a project or anything like that, but comparing an apple to an orange is the only way that I can say this. What happened in the Terra Luna ecosystem versus what burns are in almost every other project it's just nonsense, because the predominant amount of burns are just a marketing tool and a marketing gimmick, and that's not the case with Luna Classic. There's an absolute need to bring it down because of where it was before, not because it fixes or enhances anything, but because of where it was before, and it would be seen if you reduce the supply as an inordinate level of success, thus creating FOMO. There's a process, and there's a reason why it would work with Terra Luna Classic, but will not work with most of these others. So that's all I'm saying. So I just don't value that portion of what they were saying as it compares to Luna Classic, but great research no matter what. All right, so with meme coins, they've cooled off significantly. Food, as you can see down here, is back down to, and by the way, Luna Classic had a massive dump, of course, just like the rest of the market. We're going to get to that in just 1 second here. But food down to 261, cat with hat up to 112, but Luna Classic down significantly. And let's talk about what's going on right there. It's now down to 40.95. This is a brutal sort of sell-off after a nice little weekend of recovery. Nothing huge, but a nice little weekend of recovery. Down $147 billion right now, and continuing on. It looks like the markets right now, U.S. market particularly, is pricing in the inflation numbers. And generally speaking here, are you guessing at it, or whatever the case may be? And of course they are guessing at it, but it seems like if somebody knows something, then you're feeling this wearing down, if you will. So we'll see how the markets respond today. I'm not really sure. Remember, we had a broad sell-off on the Dow Jones for, we lost $700 in the overall price on Friday, and they're now expecting another broad sell-off when the market opens, which at the time of this is in about 15 minutes. So, we're looking at, and by the way, when you look around, you just see a bloody swath of sell-off happening all around all products. So, and by the way, the DXY is up and continuing to run. So, if you know anything about DXY, then you'll understand DXY goes up, crypto go down. So that's where everything is. As far as governance proposal, Lunc Dash does not look like it's going to pass. That seems a lot closer, just based on 2024 was a massive year for Cryptonomy.finance, and 2025 expects to be even bigger. Folks, we're getting into the bull run right now, and to celebrate, Cryptonomy is having a New Year giveaway with a chance to start 2025 with something quite extraordinary. The prizes up for grabs at Cryptonomy are a Range Rover autobiography. 3 winners will receive 1 Bitcoin each. There'll be 30 iPhone 16 Pro Max winners and 100 winners of $100 in Pepe. And how you participate is this: open and hold active margin positions on Cryptonomy's trading platform, invest in the Launchpool during the eligibility period, and entries will close on January 11 at 11:59 p.m. UTC. The winners will be announced on January 12. So what does that look like? All right, I ain't no fool. So we're going 20,000 into the Launchpool contract. Now I'm going to use the bronze level. We've created the contract, so we are locked in. Also, the second thing that we had to do was set up a margin trading position. My position right now on my Bitcoin long is 148.5%. On Ethereum, 123.76. We're getting into the bull run right now. We're going to open up a long with 50 Solana. We're going to take that position right now. 148% is the expected profit. We're going to use a 10x leverage position, and we've confirmed. And now we have another position open, 50 Solana this time. Let's see how this goes. I think these are going to be incredible returns. Join me on this journey. Now look, we already know a lot about Cryptonomy and its strengths, and I'm excited to highlight them again. As someone who's worked with the company for a long time, I'm confident to say that 2025 is set to be a breakthrough year. With major updates and collaborations on the horizon, Cryptonomy is ready to soar to new heights. You can earn great passive returns on staking and other programs. You can gain exclusive bonuses, including Cryptonomy token airdrops at their launches in early 2025, and enjoy countless other perks that come with being part of this growing ecosystem. Now is the perfect time to get involved. Don't miss your chance to benefit from everything Cryptonomy has to offer and kickstart your journey with with a winning opportunity. The way this line is, it seems a lot closer, but it is not. It doesn't feel anywhere close right now. The yes votes are 13%, the no votes are 25%. No with veto or 0.42, and then abstain is 61.55. So it just really doesn't look like there's a path forward for adding Lunc Dash. Maybe there will be a reason to do that later. And the reason that I bring that up is because LunaClassicNode.com, a Lunc validator, put out his reason, and this is for you to consider. Now, if you agree with this reason, then of course, you're going to like this. If you don't, then you won't, but let's check it out. From a good proposal, I expect not only a good idea and a positive impact to the community, but also a credible author. Yes, it is also about politics and building good relationships, and HCC failed at that. I'm sorry if this upsets anyone, but my positive perception of HCC has changed over time. The result is a very mixed feeling about Happy Caddy Crypto. I don't understand him, and unfortunately, my trust in him has decreased a lot in the past. He has only failed to support many good projects, but also spread negativity and incomplete truths or false information, thereby repeatedly causing damage to the reputation of other people. At the same time, it is not possible to communicate with him. I guess I'm bringing this up because a month ago we had the same conversation about what was going on here. He's not a member of the validators group on Telegram. He blocked me for no reason and others for unknown reasons on X. He does not support and expect support. Non-existing consensus in the community. Here and look, I mean, he's done a lot of good for the community, and I'm ready with him at any time to communicate, to cooperate, even to financially support some project. But this is really not possible in a relationship where there is no mutual interest. So this is the way that he feels. And if you feel this way or something like that, validate with somebody who does. If you think that Happy Caddy Crypto is in the right on this, then validate with him. That's what this is all about, is you can make a decision if you are a validator with either one of these guys about, you know what, I actually agree with that, and I haven't seen eye to eye with Happy Caddy in a while. Validate with Mike. If Mike is saying something, you're like, no, I actually like Happy Caddy Crypto, validate with Happy Caddy Crypto. This is how you get the consensus that you need for everything to move forward, is you align yourselves with the people who vote the way that you want or come up with the proposals that you want. So just an idea. Now, in the meantime, 4.6 million got burned by MEXC Global. And to be fair, I haven't seen too much burn from MEXC Global in a very, very long time, which to me means I think that, business seems to have picked up maybe just a little bit, but we'll check in on that in just a moment. Coming down here, Happy Caddy Crypto is the guy who runs Lunc Dash. And remember that LFG right there, that we're going to have to see that burn. That makes me incredibly uncomfortable because LFG, the sole purpose was to protect the peg, and it failed. That should be burned and should never be mentioned again. I know it's blacklisted, but it should be burned out, and we should never see it again. So now, I think he's working on, trying to get some solid information about these two wallets. These two wallets matter a lot. This is, TFL. We may need to do some sort of proposals to burn, but we need some certainty that those are their wallets, and that they're not going to do it themselves. So again, these are important things, and these dramatically, let me state this, these will dramatically change some of the things that are happening in this community. It will dramatically change it because there's a lot of USTC. Now, if there's far less USTC, there's a much more robust chance that we can start repegging to higher numbers, and we see a huge opportunity to repeg on USTC. If we could go to 5 cents, just to give you an example, if we could find a way to delete enough USTC to get to 5 cents, then that changes dramatically the way people think about the repeg proposal. And depending on how we are able to accomplish and do that, if we were, and it would be by supply reduction, if we were able to do that, people would look at it and be like, oh my God, the recovery is real, because I remember when this thing was at a penny or less than a penny. Start talking and then they'll start getting into it again. It's very simple. So in the event that we could do something like that and figure these out, then that would be a great thing, and it would make a big difference. Now, burns so far, $1 billion over the last 7 days. When you look at today's actually a pretty good day, 77.9 million so far today. Not much over the weekend, but we had that 700 million from that big move that happened on Friday. That big move, by the way, was from Crypto.com. So now you know if you didn't before. Anyway, so price action, we're still, the market's still just sucking liquidity out of the market more broadly. So we're down to the 200 MA on the daily, which, I mean, duh. I mean, you hope that it doesn't come to that, but, here we are. And it came to that. Now, this could be a reversal starting right here. You see there's a strong bounce off of the 200 MA. Now, the question right now is there going to be a strong bounce off that 200 MA one more time? There is a CME futures gap sitting around 80,000 right now. People are thinking that maybe we'll see a dip from Bitcoin all the way down there because of that, but I don't know. CME gaps get filled a lot, but that depends on the timing. Sometimes they get filled quickly, sometimes they take a very, very long time. That CME futures gap could be there for another 2 years, and we may not revisit it until the bear market. You know what I mean? So anything can happen. But there's going to be a strong recovery, and we'll see a big move back up to the range that I just kind of drew on there right now. We'll see that that's going to be where the move comes. That 3 zeros 11, 3 zeros 12 sort of range. I think that's the next spot. So be watching for it. As far as volume goes, there is an increase in volume, but it was for sell-off purposes. So you'll see the same thing on both sides, and it was just people dumping on the chart. Skittish people who are just like, I don't want to get dumped on. So we'll see, how this plays out. But if you haven't already, go check out Terra Casino. Right now they've got the Mummy Mega Giveaway. They're giving away 11,000 from January 6th to February 9th for those of you that are interested. And Ripples is the name. If you haven't, check it out. It's an XRP token. I'm going to be doing some more stuff, maybe talking about Ripples over the next couple days, and maybe, just maybe, some people over there might be interested in using Terra Casino with XRP. So we'll see how that works out. Now, if you're looking to trade meme coins or Selenium, if you will, come over to Terraport.finance. Yes, it's a level 2. It's an L2 protocol, just like some of the other ones, but it uses their protocol to burn Luna Classic, and it gives you a place to trade meme coins. Everything is going to do the same thing. So this is, you can't say that you want decentralization and then fight everybody who's trying to do their own thing when you're doing decentralized. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. This is not financial advice, but I'm always ready.